Hey guys, welcome to the daily analysis for today. It is March 6th and it's a Wednesday. It's getting around 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here, and so we are getting pretty close to the daily closes on these bars. And just want to follow up with some of the trading ideas that we talked about yesterday. One was this odd US dollar long potential as it's formed a pin bar in this zone and looking to bounce up. Right now, it's bounced nicely, but it looks like it wants to come back at least for a retest there. So we'll talk about that. And then several of the other pairs that I mentioned yesterday. So I think it's going to be a good analysis. We're going to cover the news real quickly and get to our terms, and then we'll jump right back into the charts. Alright, so you can see tomorrow packed with quite a bit of news as you see all the red tagged events kind of stacked up there. Some stuff in the London session with Swiss and Euro. Then coming into the New York session, another Euro announcement, and then Canadian news all through 8:30. That's building permanent trade balance. U.S. dollar has trade balance and unemployment claims. Unemployment is typically the major announcement that we look at on Thursdays, but there's going to be a lot more than just that, as you can see tomorrow. And then ECB press conference also tomorrow. So tons of stuff going on. Should be an interesting day for the markets. I anticipate a lot of movement throughout the day, whether that's movement in one direction or just kind of back and forth because of the different conflicting news announcements. I don't know, but I do expect a lot of volatility and movement in the market. And then later on, you can see more U.S. dollar news at 4:30, and then more yen news at 6:50. That's all Eastern Standard Time, but nonetheless, a lot of news and definitely stuff that you want to pay attention to as you trade tomorrow. Okay, guys, then to quickly cover our terms, basically the thing to understand here is that the daily analysis is for educational purposes only, and that we're not registered as a broker-dealer or investment advisor or with any security to provide investment advice. So basically the point here is that there are regulations in place that allow us to give you educational information but not investment advice, and so please understand that that's what this is. Education and not investment advice. Alright, if you need to pause and read through there, please go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and move back to our charts. Alright guys, so again we have this odd, of course it's in this ranging market where we're seeing moves back and forth, definitely sideways in recent past. And of course one of the main things that we talked about yesterday was this level here that you can see I have highlighted as a major area of support. A very nice pin bar that shot through the level and then closed back up, and then the continuation from yesterday. So a pretty good move. What we had today was a nice jump early that came all the way up to basically 103.03. So 103.03 is basically the price that we got up to today, and then saw some rejection. So a couple of options here. Number one, we could just see a retest and the continuation to the upside. Of course, there's a potential that we could just see direct continuation without it ever testing and going straight up. This could be a test here, a pullback, and then a move to make a break through the zone. So those are the three options basically that you have when price is hanging around one of these zones. And basically, as far as my personal perspective, I think that this is a major zone, so I would not be surprised if we got the retest. But also, because of the historic bounces off this level, I do feel quite bullish still on this area. We're a good bit away, only halfway through the week from the weekly bar really developing. So there could be some, a little more sideways movement before the move up, and still have a very nice weekly pivot looking to the upside. So at this point, I'm still bullish. Now, of course, if it crashes through this area and heads down, then all of a sudden I won't be so bullish on it anymore. But I do think that there's still a good possibility that this thing's going to work its way up toward 104, if not 105. Alright, euro dollar showing some continuation right off this fib level here, something we talked about yesterday as a possibility. A little pullback here and possible continuation. So definitely looks like it could get a continuation toward 128.80. The bar is not closed yet, of course, on this daily bar, but looking like it is showing some push through. If it closes here, to me that's a pretty nice bar that looks like it wants to move it lower, and again is in line with also that U.S. dollar strength that we've talked about. Seems like the sentiment is increasing strength on the U.S. dollar, and that has potential to move the market significantly further, whether it be USD Canadian going higher and not the reversal possibilities that we talked about, or euro and pound going lower. Of course, both have to do with that U.S. dollar strength, which I think is a very real possibility in the current market. All right, next I have the pound, which is the one that I really got crushed on. I kind of expected for this thing to work its way up and get into this 152.80 area, which you can see it definitely did not. Stalled about halfway there and is now looking to move lower as it appears right now. So we'll see what happens there, but as of right now, definitely looks like it wants to continue this little steep trend since the break and make a lower low. It has a little bit of a base built here at 1.5, but seems like it should be able to break that. Not a critical level. So if this momentum continues, I would certainly expect it to break that 150 level without too much trouble. And so that's the pound dollar. Did not obviously get up to our 152.80 level. Wouldn't be surprised if we got a stall out here or even lower, and then did get a full retest back into that level before going lower. It still is a large level that we never really got a good retest of. Here was a small retest, but never really got a multiple day retest back into 152.80. So I still think that's a possibility. However, definitely did not happen this time, and led to a losing trade for me, certainly on the pound. Euro pound still not really doing anything. You can see that there's kind of a little mini wedge within the pattern that we're already in forming here, and so just getting tighter, not really showing any signs of breaking out one way or the other at this point. And so of course with the euro pound, I'm still very much just waiting in anticipation for the possibility of a breakout, and until then not trading that pair. Alright, USD CAD making a big bounce today. Some Canadian news came out around 10 a.m. Eastern, which really shot that thing all the way up near 103. And so it's testing this level again. Whether we get the break and the pullback down or not is yet to be determined, because there's kind of, again, a couple possibilities here. Number one is that this is, a nice move up. It ran into some resistance, pulled back to kind of gain some momentum here, and then is going to break through on the second time. Or could be quite the opposite, where it's really just a double test going back to make a move lower. Both are very much possibilities, and so what I would like to do on the USD CAD, wait for this to develop a few days longer, maybe, depending on how quickly it moves. I mean, maybe it could be totally developed by tomorrow, but see if we get a very clear break. Perhaps again the clear pullback and continuation move is one that I typically look for, or a close again that goes below this area and shows momentum moving to the downside. Again, I still do think that USD strength is very real and legitimate, so I never was huge on shorting the USD CAD, but because of this major level in the market here, around 101, it seems like a very legitimate trade possibility if we see the momentum heading that way. And so whether that happens or not, of course, is yet to be determined, and we'll see what it looks like tomorrow and then at the end of the week. Okay, I'll just finish up with the USD yen today. You can see a great move off this little mini 2-bar pullback in the daily chart, and then a really nice continuation right into our 94 area. And so a critical area for the US yen. And again, similar question, whether we get the bounce or we get the break. Either way, should be very potential trade opportunities in either direction. So just want to wait for those to develop and then look to take advantage of them when they do. And I think that the USD yen could be a great trade potential here in the near future. Again, I don't believe that it can't go break through and move all the way up to 100. That's not out of the scope of reality, in my opinion. So we'll see. We'll wait on it and be patient, and then look for the trade opportunity to develop. Alright guys, so that's it for the analysis. Thank you so much for watching. Please do feel free to leave a comment or a question and share it on Facebook and Twitter and stuff if you don't mind. And I will talk to you tomorrow.